Yeah, g'day. It's Harry here from River Gemz again. So we're off to our next stage of opal cutting. So we've actually sliced them all clean now, and I've roughly shaped them, a few of them already, into ovals, and some I've kept in free form. Now this is all white opal, so it's what we call commercial quality opal. So that a lot of these I'll be cutting into calibrated sizes, and you can use a template here. You can purchase these from gem suppliers and stuff like that. So just to show you an example, I freeform cut this one and try to cut it to an 18 by 13, and I've done a pretty good job so far. It fits nicely into the 18 by 13, and some of these are going to turn into earrings and stuff, and pendants, and so you can mark them off. I don't tend to use the templates much anymore because I've been cutting for so long that I can get roundabout, and then I just check to make sure. And you can also, if you already have your findings, you can use the your jewelry pieces already as a template, so you can try to fit them in. Now the bigger pieces like these, I use wax on most of mine to put them onto the stick, but when they're large stones they tend to fly off when I'm cutting them, so I will be using 5-minute Araldite for that. And you can just use the 5-minute Araldite, and to get it off you just put the kettle on and boiling water, and then once it's on the stick you just turn the stick upside down into your boiling water and leave it in there for a couple of minutes, and then it should just peel off, and then you'll be able to peel off the glue. But as I said, I'll be using wax. So I use red jeweler's wax because I find it has it can hold a bit more heat. So it comes in many colors: green, yellow, and the colors just indicate melting point. And then I've just used a alcohol burner here, and if you haven't got one of those, you can just use a candle. So I'll just show you how to put that on. So what you just do is run your, and these are just little bits of dowel that I've cut into size, and you just run your wax stick into the flame, and also the red wax here, just to get it to melt. And once you get it to melt, you can actually then scoop some onto your stick, and then just quickly put it back into the heat, and then you get your stone and whack it on like that and hold it. Now then you put it back into the flame and lick your fingers so you don't burn your fingers, and then you can actually, as you can see, I'm just slightly molding it around the stone to hold it like so, and then we have it. Now all of my stones I flatten off the back, and there's two reasons for that. It's much easier to put onto your dopping sticks, and also a lot of opal cutters will cut stones into what I call almond shapes, meaning that they're slightly rounded on both sides. Please leave the back of the stones, try to cut them flat, because it makes the jeweler's job so much easier when you have a flat surface when you're doing your setting. So that's how you do it, and then you just repeat the process. As I said, the larger one I will be using 5-minute Araldite. So all you do with that is get equal parts of your Araldite, part A, part B, and just squeeze it onto a mixing thing. Tray. This is just an ice cream lid, and then when you're mixing it, make sure you keep stirring it, and you find that it's sort of cloudy in the beginning, but the more you stir it, and eventually it will go clear, and when it's gone clear, that means that both parts are perfectly combined. And then you just grab some of it, put it onto your dopping stick like so, and I mainly do this with the larger stones, and then you can put your larger stone on like so. Once again, make sure that the bottom's flat and it sticks, sits much nicer and doesn't move. So I'll be doing that with the rest of these stones, but I don't think you need to see that process repeated over. Cheers.